In this video, you will learn how to work with desktops. Let's go ahead and get started. The purpose behind a desktop is an informative display tool within TD Next that provides visual insights of key performance indicators, also known as KPIs, metrics, and key data points to monitor the health of the organization's work as it relates to the user. The Team Dynamics desktop or desktops are customizable and can include numerous modules and report in a variety of layouts. There are typically two types of desktops or two types of reports. Those are two types that fit what we call the global level, organizationally wide, and application level desktops. As part of this training, we will in particular focus on creating a desktop and then in the end, editing a desktop and adding components to it. Let's go ahead and look into the actual Team Dynamics application. In order to get to desktops, you will need to go to your client environment, right? Or in this instance, your Team Dynamics environment. I'm currently located in using the URL to the client services teamdynamics.com business entity or environment. This is my main landing page. From here, I'll be going to this left tile called users. This is also known as TD Next. There are other tiles here, which we'll explore as we go throughout this training. One of those will be the client portal, and then last but not least, the administrator's portal. However, let's go ahead and get started with desktops and go back to the users portal by go ahead and signing in. It will prompt you in the next screen. Once signed in, you will see a prompt that looks similar to this. It looks like it's welcoming us to our main desktop. You can see that I'm on the desktop by hovering over the left-hand side. Next to the blue application menu button is the desktops tab. This is your main landing page into the Team Dynamics functional side of the application, which we also call TD Next. This is where Team Dynamics project managers will go into and team members to either manage projects or manage tasks that are assigned to them by their equal project manager. As you can see from the screen, I have a sample desktop prepared as part of this engagement. In just a second, we will create some additional desktops. But this in overall will give you an overview in terms of the various modules that are included on this desktop, such as my feed, a custom project on all projects that I manage, a custom module with a graph called current projects by status, and a little counter here called project counts by account and department. There are obviously several other reports that you can add to your dashboard, but I think this gives you a good overview in terms of how much you can lay out in one single screen. Let's go ahead and create our own desktop by selecting the plus new desktops button. And I'm going to call this Team Dynamics, or this abbreviated TDX, Project Management Desktop. Be very distinct here. Select Save. Now we get to edit our layout. Do we want to keep it in a two-tier column, have everything next to each other, or in the background, as you have seen, I had a four-tiered column. You can always edit your layout by selecting the Edit Layout button, and then change it to any of these tiers that you like. In particular, the 50-50 split is a pretty good one to get started. You can certainly further elaborate and even add more columns with additional reports to your single screen. I usually prefer the 50-50 split, so I'm just going to leave it as is. There we go. On the left-hand side, you will then need to add available content. This available content is searchable and can be added by utilizing any of these report folders. These report folders refer back to a Team Dynamics application within the Team Dynamics suite. So as you are having access to either more or less apps, more or less folders will display here. For instance, if I want to add project management related records, all I have to do is go to the project/workspaces tab here, click on the item, and then I get to pick and choose which reports I would like to add. For instance, I usually like the My Projects and Workspaces feed, which will give me an overview of all the projects that I manage or partake by grabbing it and dropping it here. You can certainly add additional items. You can use this plus icon on my right column to display all the issues that I have maybe across my projects. So maybe I want to keep a closer eye on those. You'll notice that there are several other project reports, all project managed by Project Manager Circon. So I'm going to just add that over here. And then, I'll obviously have a few charts that I can certainly add, right? So on and so forth. Once you've executed and added the reports you would like to have on your dashboard or desktop as it's on the TDX, select Save, exit out of here, give your screen a little refresh by either using the browser refresh on the upper hand side or the right hand side refresh within the browser, and then hover over to your right till you see the desktop drop-down menu. And if you were looking closer, here's our desktop called TDX Project Management Desktop. So let's take a look at what we created today. Select it, and here it is. Here's a very, very high level project management dashboard with not too much content, as you can see here, but at any point in time, you can certainly drag and drop, and you can realign these reports as needed by holding down the header icon. Just going to move some things over here, this item over there, by not even having to go anywhere else. I can just use or make edits as needed. For instance, if I feel like the project's workspaces feed is too busy for me and I no longer wish to see it, instead of editing the desktop, you can just remove it right here. Done. But in instances where you might want to pull a new report to this particular desktop, all you have to do is go back up here to Edit Desktop. There we go. And then go back to, let's say, the Projects and Workspaces folder. And now you could, for instance, add the Announcements report. You can add several other reports which exists here. You could also add reports from the Analysis app, which is the ultimate or global reporting app that will pull reports from anywhere TDX, whether it's project management related, whether it's reports related to other people's projects, right? Time entered, so on and so forth. You can certainly pull a lot of different reports from the single source called Analysis. Save, and then exit out of here. And let's take a look at the changes that we've made. Obviously, we don't have any announcements made yet across our projects, but we do have this all projects report for Circon Ozoi, our project manager here. Now, as you can see here, this is the main desktop, but you can certainly have multiple desktops. For instance, you could have a PMO desktop with some PMO related data. You could have a technician ticket desktop, right? As you're maybe also acting as a technician in your organization. So depending on the view that you would like to get, there are certainly many ways to look at TDX. I like my main welcome screen here because it includes project management and ticketing data in one screen, but you can certainly add more or less content as you desire.